Morning, class.
Good morning, Portia.
We're so excited as we continue to learn. First, we went over, and we should know now what our call is. It's an automatic call, and we should be excited about that call to fellowship. And then we learned about the purpose of fellowship. We learned the effects of fellowship. And we know there's power in fellowship among the believers. But now we're at the 5th week. And our topic, it says, what joy, what peace, what healing there is in sweet fellowship. Psalms chapter 133, verse 1 says, behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And as we learned before, brethren means men and women. So, and it's just awesome. There's been times when I've worked real hard all week, and you know how we tend to our families and our duties, and I have children and back and forth, and you know, sometimes those of you who know me, I sing on the praise team, and some mornings I come in and I'm just a little tired, you know, just a little worn. But when I come into the fellowship and I see my brothers and sisters and I see the Christ, and everybody greets me with a hug and good morning, Sister Portia, we're so happy to see you. And Pastor always tells us to look at each other and say, ooh, you look marvelous. And you know, and we begin to hug and just embrace. I get excited. I forget about I'm tired, and I forget about and I'm ready to praise. I'm ready to worship. I mean, and that fire, it has a domino effect. It just starts rolling, and we all get excited, and people start laughing and smiling because that's what fellowship, the love of God. That's what it's all about, and it just overtakes us, and that's why it's this joy. And you know, happiness comes and goes, and it's up and down, and it's not consistent. But joy, the joy of the Lord, it lives in each one of us. It's consistent. It's every day. It's all the time. It's at all times. See, it's not a feeling or emotion. It lives within us, and it's eternal. And the peace we have, you know, God is peace. If He's peace, then we are peace.
I have something to say. And I think about Christ and the disciples. They were in fellowship, but there was revelation about the one and the central reason for us having fellowship. And then Christ was preaching one day, and then they said, basically, you kind of like out of your mind. And then they left, right? 4,000 people left. And He turned to the disciples and says, will you go also? And they said, I love it. They said, so whom shall we go?
Where we go?
You have the word of truth. And I think in fellowship, there is such revelation knowledge, you know, and it's so sweet to my spirit, and so the way you just want to sit there and just, man, just enjoy the fellowship. I think it's real sad when people just want to not have nothing to do, you know, with the fellowship. What are they neglecting?
What are they missing?
Oh,
Fellowship is patience. Fellowship is patient. Proverbs 14 and 30. Proverbs 14 and 30, wherein the writer writes, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rottens the body. When you are at peace with yourself, you know, you bring that peace with you, is what I hear you saying. You come in this edifice with that peace, in this place of worship with that peace, because you have had peace the whole night long with Him. So you come in here at peace. Most of us, many of us are not at peace.
Right.
We're just disturbed all day long because we are not at peace with ourselves. And things robs us of our peace.
Right.
So if you rob you of your peace, that's no joy.
Right.
And you're always sick.
Right.
Something's always bothering you.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And we'll add to that. That is why it is important for us as believers to come together so that you can get that revelation and say, hey, something continues to rob me of my peace.
Yeah, what is it?
What is it?
Yes.
Something is continuing to rob me of my joy. What is it? Because if God is peace and God is joy, and when I'm amongst other believers and they have joy and peace, okay, what's going on here? What is it? That revelation. That revelation. And it helps us. And that revelation will also bring freedom.
Yes.
Freedom.
Yes.
So then the next time you come, you're free.
Yes.
And you're ready because you are full of joy and you're full of peace. Psalms 55 verse 14 says, we took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company. In company.
That's good.
That's good.
Amen. Because, again, the writer, Solomon writes here in this 14th chapter, in this 30th verse, a heart at peace gives life.
Yes.
That's why so many of us are sickly physically. And if we're sick physically, we struggle spiritually to be well. There's healing in the Lord. But we're struggling, amen, because we have no peace. If you ain't sleeping at night, you ain't functioning well today. And by the time you get here, you're so beat down by life circumstances, you have no joy. You can't sing on the praise team then. And you can't witness the word because you're so beat down.
And I think that that's one of the benefits of being in fellowship, is that even the people that doesn't know Christ need to see somebody that walk in peace.
That's right. Amen.
Because Christ says, I give you peace. The world doesn't give you peace. God gives us peace.
Amen.
And that should be so attractive to them, to where they say, ooh-wee, I want what you have. That's the way we should be.
Paul's trademark is peace and grace. He loves those words.
Yes.
Amen. He just echoes those words in his letter. Peace and grace be unto you.
Yes.
You're right, Pastor. God gives us that. That's not a man-made thing. We have to get that from God. And somewhere in our hearts is where that is impregnated. Amen. That peace and that joy, no one can rob you of that. At 3 in the morning, you just drift right on back out to sleep because you're not being robbed of your sleep. You can't go to work and be irritable all day long. And again, by the time we get here on Sunday, we're so run down because we haven't encountered no one with no peace. Everyone's complaining.
And when we're talking about sweet fellowship, you know, I don't know about y'all, but I like sweets. And you know how it is when you have, like right now I have some Girl Scout cookies, and you know how you eat one, that sure does taste good. So you eat another one, and then you eat another one, and that sugar is sweet, and you want more and more. When fellowship is sweet, you can't get enough of it. You want more. You long for more. You long for more. You look forward. You look forward to it.
Because there's a verse that says, oh, taste and see.
I think we all
Sorry, Sammy.
Read that verse.
It's found in Psalms 34:8. It says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. Oh, taste and see. You know, you was talking about those Girl Scout cookies. Yeah. How you just eat one and then you want to keep on eating. That's how it is when you're fellowshipping with God and his love just overtake you and it's so sweet. That fellowship,
Amen. Amen.
Can't beat that fellowship.
See, I like sugar babies. I mean, I just go down with some sugar babies, man. You sit there and just enjoy every one of them. Just like it's the thing about it is, that's the reason why we call one another and we encourage one another. It's because the fellowship is so sweet.
Yes.
And then if we don't see one another, we get concerned.
Right.
Yes. I miss you.
Yes.
Where are you?
Yes.
And we have to, if I may use an analogy here, much like the body needs physical food, the spiritual side of us, our spirit, we need the Word.
Yes.
We need to consume the Word on a daily basis.
Yes.
And that's where that sweetness comes from, because we are consuming this Word. This Word is sweet.
Yes, it is. Well, that concludes week 5, and we have been so blessed.
Amen.
And I know we're looking forward to week 6. May
Amen.
God continue to bless you.
Amen.